Hi guys, welcome to CP's Kitchen. On today's video, I am making butternut squash soup. Now that's a soup that you basically make in the autumn when you're switching between autumn and winter. It's a nice, hearty, comforting soup. And I'm going to show you my version on how to prepare it. I've made it many times before, but today I am going to switch up and do it a little differently. I'm going to roast the vegetables instead of boiling them on my Dutch oven. I'm going to roast them in the oven, which should give it a much more hearty, earthy flavor when I puree the soup. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is show you how I'm going to cut up this very hard butternut squash. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut off the bottom, cut off the top. Very waxy, very hard. I actually had to go out and see how to make this easier now that I'm trying to show you guys what to do. Okay, and now you see that there's meat in here. Let me get my little spoon. And the seeds are just like pumpkin seeds. You can take these and put them in the oven and let them cook or roast, and then you have some butternut squash. Oh, that's what happens when you're cooking live. You gotta get this meat out. Okay, that's one thing about a butternut squash. It is a little messy. But I'm glad I'm doing this version, because to try and cut these up into chunks and peeling, trying to peel this is extremely difficult. So I'm going to rustically chop these up. I'm going to put them in my pan with my mirepoix. See if you can see this. And this mirepoix consists of onions, celery, and carrots. I'm going to pop this into a 450-degree oven for about 1 hour. I forgot to peel my butternut squash, people, before I put it in, so I had to take some time to peel it. And now we have the squash in my Dutch oven. I have some chicken stock, because now we're going to let it cook in the chicken stock, and then I'm going to puree it. We're going to put it through a mesh, and then I'm going to puree it. Alright, so I'm going to turn this up. We're going to let this soup come to a boil. We're going to puree it. All right. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my fresh herbs. And in my butternut squash soup, I like fresh thyme. So I'm adding fresh thyme to the pot. I've cut up a Granny Smith apple that I'm going to add now. And that Granny Smith apple is going to give it a nice tart taste, and that tart taste is going to come out along with the sweetness of the roasted vegetables. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste, about a tablespoon. We're going to stir all of that together and let all of that marry together. And then I'm going to puree this soup. And it's going to be delicious. I wish you could smell that. It smells so good, people. Okay. Hi guys, I'm back. The butternut squash and the apples and the thyme, everything is in here looking really, really good. All I have to do now is take my immersion blender. This is a one-handed blender. It's very old. I've had it for a while, guys, but it still works. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm just pureeing this until it gets nice and smooth. That's going to take a minute, so I'm not going to have the camera on the entire time. But if you can see, you got this camera there, you can see how it is getting smoother as I take the immersion blender and puree it. So I'm going to finish pureeing this, and then I'm going to put it through this mesh because I want it to be nice and silky smooth, and there's going to be some fibers, a little fibers left. So I'm going to finish pureeing this, then I'm going to put it through this mesh. I'm going to add this cream, and we're going to have some butternut squash soup. So I'll see you on the other side. Okay, as you can see, the soup is here, but it's a little thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more chicken stock to thin it out. I'll just add the rest of this. It's not a lot left. And I told you guys my immersion blender was old because it did not break up all of my soup like I wanted it to, but that's okay. That's the whole reason why we're gonna feed it through this mesh, and it's gonna be super, super, I don't want to make a mess. It's gonna be super, super velvety and smooth. So you see how I'm doing that? And as I push this through, all of the fibers are gonna stay, but the soup is going to be nice and creamy, silky smooth. And you're just going to want to love to taste it. So as I push that through, you can see that the soup is coming out to a consistency that I like. And so I'm going to finish this pot. And the next time you see me, I'm going to have this plated up in a soup bowl, ready for tasting. I'm back, and it's done. So, I'm going to show you, I'm going to ladle it in my little soup bowl. Because I added fresh thyme, I am going to put, well, first let me take my little cream. I want to just put a little swirl in it. Can I do that? Beautiful. Beautiful. So then I'm going to take my little thyme sprig, set it up, and that is beautiful and ready for tasting. And this would really be good, guys, with some crusted bread, but I'm not eating bread right now, so just know that this would be good with crackers, or I would prefer a French loaf or something like that. So nice, so simple. A nice, comforting autumn dish. Okay, let's taste it. Guys, I'm trying to tell you I can cook. Guys, it is so creamy, so velvety. I can taste the apples. I can taste my celery, my onions, everything in here that rounds this off to a nice balanced soup that's good and comforting for the autumn and winter months. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this recipe today. Please go out and follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and please, by all means, hit that red button below that says subscribe so that you can be notified every time I put a new video out. So I'll see you next week. Bye bye for now.